Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib and getting money, you gotta ask for it. Tired of complaining, I gotta change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day these take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I...
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Black 20. 7 is the mic. I got it.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year as a rookie, Sony Michel, takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Ricky.
A give to Michel running right. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Hey, box truck.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Check, 47. Hey. No spacing. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. No foul. Guys, it's out time. Black and burn.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Waiting. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Over.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Like 80. 22, 44. Tighten up. Pull it together. Hey, Delta. Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 16. Roethlisberger. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
24.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Go.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his target. That's more. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Check 24. Check 24.
And that'll set him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Following the penalty, Michelle. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go.
$10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12.
Black 20. Mike 47. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47. Watch twist. What? Hey. Twist. Twist. 47's the mic. 47. World. It's a party now.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
The mic, boys. 47. Check.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Here we go, let's bring it. These two. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. 47 Mike, 47 Mike. Mike, 47. 50. Fellas, let's set a tone. Monday. Mike, 47's the Mike.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And that is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready? You ready? He's tired of you. He's tired of us.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And Genn's got it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Brees leaves this one with Kamara. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Brees going to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Kamara, powerful running.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Ready. Yellow waiting, yellow waiting. Watching it by. Under. Hey, switch gears.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. Now Brees lost the football. And McCoy loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the toss, here's Michel. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Let's go, fellas.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Call it a loss of 8 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Black 20.
Check black 47.
47. Jack 16.
Check 47.
No spacing.
47's the mic.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Mike's 47.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 37-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, it's Breeze. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Hey, easy.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
He's not going to get me.
Right there, 54.
From midfield, here's Breeze. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Here's Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Better break. You better break. You're good. Line 4, ready.
On first down, Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 5 down. Breeze and complete right side to Cook. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Trey Boston up to make the tackle. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got you. Take 4. 12.
Breeze now to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On the run, he'll let this go deep. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this deep on of Carolina's side of the field. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Breeze. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The tight end Josh Hill was the target, and it's third down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off, didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Breeze. That is caught at the 7. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. On the right side, caught by Green. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. 4-7's a Mike. 4-7's a Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Hey. Push him back. Push him back.
Show that bench release and go. Hey, orbit.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
These two. Alert, alert. Hey, wahoo.
56, Mike, 56. Switch.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Roethlisberger will throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, Because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Ready, 95, 56. 54, right, 54. Let's go, D. Hey, watch it.
Kamara trying the right side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Ready, yellow lady. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Check. Check 37, check 37. Hey, easy. Mike 5-4. Let's go.
Breeze now. That escapes the sack. Wiggles free. That is caught at the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Oh, you got D?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So now then, the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now they'll run. Murray. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Latavius Murray hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Easy, easy. Hey, Alpha.
52, right 52. All day, baby, all day. 52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Roethlisberger. Quick slant, caught by Moore. A gain there of 21 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
You must be getting
middle. Quarter. Hey, exit.
Hey, defense, let's go. No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Nice.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and now it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
They feel
No spacing.
Motion. Hey.
77.
Get your hands on him. Get hands on motion, man.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Airing it out for Olsen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's got some space here. That one 28 yards on the ground.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
check.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
9 yards. First down, New Orleans.
Ready.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready. You ready? Who that?
They'll run. This is Kamara. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready? 5-9. Here we go. Watch the pass.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
You don't want it. Here we go. Pop. 5-8. 57's right.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. He's going to look deep down the field, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Like 80. Check, 47. Watch the flag.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid, still pitching a shutout. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but they're score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes, Coach, say that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout out.